What's going on, guys? This is Kuzoku Anime back with another video, and today I'll be bringing you a new what if. I have released another new what if, with like that or the other what if, and some of my older what ifs. I will end up doing them all at some point, but I don't know. I may add a few more in the near future. If you do not know what Solo Leveling is, it is a Korean manga, or webcomic. Quite good. I recently reread it. One of the reasons I've had a quite a bit on, so I haven't uploaded recently. I actually had a birthday. I've been sick. I binged 7 hours of One Piece in a day. That was interesting. Probably not healthy, but I did it anyway. So I mean, what are you gonna do? Guess you gotta get through it somehow. So binging seems like the best option. Anyway, if you know the solo leveling story, this might be easy to follow along, but I'll try to pretty much recap the events accurately. Um, Everything's gonna go canon till about after the Surge attack. All Might says, "I'm sorry, kid, but you cannot become a hero without a quirk." Um, he's gonna take that to heart. There's gonna be no hunters in this world. Um, Pretty much there is a lot of variations of this what if, a lot of ways he gets it. I believe the requirement was something along the line of I think it might have been part of the completing all those things to unlock the um and I'm just gonna say that it's nearly dying. That's just easiest, or dying in some cases. And I say he takes it to heart, but then in a different way. Like, I'm gonna say that his mom is in a coma. Like, that's the easiest way to do this. Like, All Might, the only person like his idol, the only person he's ever looked up to and does look up to, has told him this. He takes it to heart and it kind of shatters him. So the next thing All Might knows, this boy is sprinting towards the edge of the building, and he's like, "What? No, kid, stop!" But it's too late, and he has thrown himself off the building and pretty much committed suicide. Like, All Might looks over and sees the kid land. The kid he enters almost a space within his mind, and he sees a screen. Do you want power? Do you want to surpass them all? Do you want to become the strongest? And Deku's like, um, because he's like, I mean, I think I'm dead now, so like, is this some kind of hallucination as I die? Um, so he decides to click the accept button. Actually, I don't think he can really click it, he just says accept because he cannot physically touch it. Um, I'm gonna say that within this there is uh the main uh storyline of solo leveling is based around the dungeons and the gates. That's where everything started. That's what made hunters pop up and all that. There's going to be a few people. Wait, it's gonna be a person with the gate quirk, like they can open the gates and find things in there that they usually have to battle monsters for. They are going to work for All for One. That will be the assassin guy he runs into, but that will happen a little bit later. Since he has now died, like he calls 911 or whatever it is. That's All Might, And pretty much when they get there, the kid is, well, most of them, what is considered dead. So they kind of take him to, I guess, I'm pretty sure within a hospital, there's places where like dead bodies and stuff go. So that's where they will send him. But suddenly he awakens. He gets up, and is like, what the hell? Where am I? And kind of, just gets around and like, and then someone sees him. Like he's covered in blood, but all his wounds are healed. And someone's like, "Holy shit, that's the corpse that was brought in earlier. Like, is this someone's quirk?" Um, and they're like they're kind of surprised they call people in. Like he's kind of surrounded because they think that this is maybe a villain's quirk or something. Like a villain has done this, like some kind of necromancy quirk, because that's generally considered a villainous quirk, so it might be considered. So they might think it's someone with a quirk like that that's a villain, or maybe just generally they're seeing what the hell's going on because it could be a villain and potentially dangerous. Um, right. Before I get too distracted, I'm going to try to stay on task for this. What if um I'm going to say that he does get I believe. Ooh, I'm trying to remember. It's the random thing with the prisoners of the assassin. Like they'll come in at some point, but I'm just trying to think that through. Am I gonna have to read this for a third time? I mean, not that it wouldn't be good, but I'm probably gonna leave a link to a place where you can read it in the description, all 110 chapters of this amazing manga. So I guess this will obviously have spoilers for that, but it's obviously not going to be the exact same at the same time. Um, by this time, the school's got news of the way suicide Kachan knows, because he thinks, oh shit, I caused this, because he did say, take a swan dive off the roof, but it, it wasn't the main part. That particular statement, actually, it was a large. It did play a decent role, but there's many factors that led to causing it. But it's not like he's gonna come forward and say like, "I think I caused this," because that's not. I just don't see him doing it. He might slightly rethink his actions, but he's not gonna get all. He's not gonna confess to everything he's done to Zuko. People have been, but back to Izuku, pretty much, he's being swarmed and like, is he like a zombie or is what's going on? And then Izuku says, "What's going on? All I remember is jumping." And then they think, "Oh, did the kid's quirk awaken or something? Because he was quirkless before, as far as we knew." Um, they haven't contacted. They have found out his identity, found out that his mom's in the coma. So they didn't really have, and his dad works abroad, so he couldn't really be gotten a hold of that easily. What am I doing? Right. So they kind of eventually just chalk it up to his quirk awakening, and then because had been legally pronounced dead, but you know, it's hard to change, but they go through the requirements for changing it. And eventually, Yuzuki's put in an actual hospital room, and then he sees a screen pop up and it's like, wait, that wasn't like hallucination or anything. Oh, he's like, that wasn't a hallucination. Whoa. And it's like, daily quest, which is pretty much the Saitama workout, actually. Um, he completes it, and he does not yet suffer the penalty. Uh, as the reward, he chooses, let's say, the mystery reward. Uh, which I think was just a simple key. It's gonna be like dungeon key or gate key. What's that? So he like kind of He uses the gate key, and he before that he checks out all of it and finds his inventory. I'm gonna say that in his inventory. I'm gonna say that. I mean, it was a random building, so I believe he would have landed on an alleyway below, and when he died, I'd say absorbed into his inventory was 3 knives, a Glock. It's gonna have very limited ammo, so I'm just kind of making sure he has weapons, and he has a Glock. I'd say the Glock will have a Glock. The Glock has ooh 50 rounds. Like that's a decent. He'll probably use just that to complete the dungeon. And I'm gonna say he acquires a crafting skill and will combine this knife into a sword. Um, so he checks it out and he realizes he has that. He sees the craft button. He says craft, and the 3 knives become short sword. And it's like cool. Then he pulls them out, but like puts them back afterwards. He opens the gate and he goes through. Now this is gonna be if you've seen it, it's his reward. It was the reward key, not the punishment. The random um subway thing. He's gonna get transported back afterwards. Um, it's not gonna actually be the subway. I'd say it's gonna be the Yep. Sorry about that. As I was saying, sorry, just had to deal with. As I was saying, he goes to what originally was his punishment zone, but it's not a punishment here. Here, it's merely his reward. So he's gonna get better rewards and level up more for not only surviving but taking out the boss. They're going to be a lot weaker. I believe it was centipede things, scorpions. They're going to be about as weak as the fanged things. Pretty much, they're going to reverse roles, but but the punishment's still going to be the that. Um, so he pretty much takes all of them down. He beats the boss, and from this he's going to gain. I'll say it was a scorpion, so he gained the stinger. Ooh, what do I want to make this into? Spear. I'm gonna give him this. This is gonna be a stinger spear. Spears are not gonna at all gonna be his main weapons. If you've seen solo leveling, he will eventually get. He will eventually encounter the Demon King and all that. But I guess I'm gonna avoid that in case people do go read the manga because that's kind of spoilers. For at least halfway through, probably further than halfway through the books, the manga. So I'm not gonna spoil too much of that. Um, I'm gonna say he doesn't do it the next day because he's like, well, I mean, I got the rewards, but I can go a day without that. And he gets sent to the punishment zone, which is going to be the subway place. But the subway place, he's just gonna get sent back again. Um, he kills everything there, and he obtains. It pretty much goes the same as before, with him obtaining the. He obtains the. Uh, why am I struggling so much with this? He obtains the He obtains the dagger with the paralysis and the bleeding effect that he can control. Kind of overpowered because like one cut can literally kill and immobilize or kill you at his whim, or whatever. I don't know. English is a strange language, even though it's my first. I don't know. I'm not that great with it. Plus, isolation has not helped with my speaking skills. Though I have made a few videos, I'm still not the best at, the language, annoyingly. Mm. Anyway, he's not. It's people aren't gonna notice that he's gone missing because no one really goes to visit him. He gets occasional checkups from doctors. They do assume his quirk is some form of, I don't know, hyperregeneration, coming back from the dead. Um, they don't know if it has limited uses, so they're not going to try it again. And since they think that that's all his quirk is, they label it as that. But he has the leveling system, which is honestly overpowered. He will obtain the Shadow Monarch title, which I mean, honestly, just that alone sounds like a dope name. Um, ooh, what am I going to do next? Hmm, I can't remember the events. Like I very recently read it, and yet I still can't remember the events. Honestly, it's a little pathetic. He went. Oh yes. After this was the C ranked, the 19 C ranked. His little sister's friend. I guess since I'm mainly going with the gates, he does a few more gates as rewards and a couple as penalties. The C ranks alone, of course. So actually, they're probably more like D ranks at this point. Uh, Eventually, he realizes if he does double the amount, he gets double the reward. So he does, and he gets the S rank key. The demon dungeon. He checks it out, but then he realizes that it's too advanced for him. Or he thinks it is. Like the low level at the start would honestly have been perfect for him, but it'd be too OP to give him that early. That early. Um, I'm gonna say that in one of his gates, he encounters someone, which is the villain with the gate quirk, and the villain's like, because he can't take people with him, but he's like, kid, how the hell did you get in here? And Izuku just says like, my quirk, what about you? And he's like, same. It's gonna be the assassin guy, but he's like not as quick to kill. He wants to investigate this kid because there's a lot of good stuff in here, and having multiple ways to get in would potentially be good. But eventually he labels it as a necessary kill in case, because then he realizes, well, I mean, I'm a villain working for someone, a villain that's like presumed dead, I think. So it's probably best if I keep to myself. He tries to kill him. It goes the same as in solo leveling, and in the end, he kills him. and he obtains the stealth rune. If you haven't read Solo Leveling, this isn't gonna make too much sense, but hopefully it makes enough to be acceptable, I guess. Um, he has a stealth rune, he breaks it, and that's that. He went and killed the boss and got the XP. I'd say by now he's gonna be like level 30. Yeah, level 30 sounds good. And he's going to get a quest pop, which would be um job title quest. It's gonna be like job title. Sounds interesting. So he goes through. Like by this time, he's been released and has gone back home. He goes through. I'm gonna say that this has all been over the time of. It's been 9 months so far out of the 10 months. So he's not gonna go into UA, not yet at least. Though he may help out the heroes, but obviously with like a hood on of sorts. If you've seen Solo Leveling, he he gets a large physical change. Like he looks very different to when he first started. Actually, now I think about it, it's the first version of Sunjing Wu, which is the guy in the picture, the original holder of Solo Leveling in the Solo Leveling universe. He was pretty much almost exactly like Deku. Um, I'm gonna say at this point Deku looks like the guy in the picture, but with a dark green hair. He's gonna have that hood, and he's gonna have better, like, decent weapons. The Glock, it was used up in like his first uh thing, and he just got rid of it. The daggers became the sword, but eventually the sword broke after killing the snake, and he obtained its fang for the paralysis dagger. He now has stealth, which, I think it took up 100 mana to activate, and then 1 mana a second to continue. I can't fully remember it, but I think that's it. He is going to have a massive physical buff. Um, he's gonna do the job title quest. So pretty much he beats these small things, and then he reaches what seems to be the boss room, Icarus. Um, he after a similar battle to Sun Jing Wu kills Icarus, obtaining Dominator's touch, and not Icarus's blade, but I'd say level 35 by now. I'm just kind of using the Demon King as a reference point because after he beat him, he was level 100, so he will go up like a fair bit soon. Actually, it might have been in the Ant arc. Like if you know the Chimera Ant arc from Hunter x Hunter, the Ant arc in Solo Leveling is sort of similar to that, but in a way very, very different. Uh like I mean the fact that it's the ant thing itself is almost the exact same. Um but the overall story is different in some ways. Like in both of them, it has the one ultimate ant being born, and not much else happens from it. And that's the only one with intelligence. There's only one in intelligence was in solo leveling, whereas the rest in Hunter x Hunter do have intelligence. Um, Guess I'm getting on too much of a sort of rant. He defeats Icarus, and then but then he's not teleported out. He's like, but what? I fought so hard. I won that off luck. Are you telling me that wasn't even the final boss? This is kind of a test what if. Sorry for not posting in a while. Please like, subscribe, and comment your thoughts down below. If you like it, please say. This is Kazoko Anime, signing out.